Hello everyone, this is LegitEliminator from Epoch Now, and welcome to our 7th episode of Epoch News. In this episode, we'll be covering a new pterosaur, new dinosaur taxa, the disappearance of yet another dinosaur, and the first Jurassic insect found in amber. With that said, let us dive right into the news of June 2024. To start off the prior month's news, a new pterosaur has been discovered and described from the Pterosaur Graveyard site of the Goiás Formation, located in the Caiuá Group in southern Brazil. The new pterosaur named Graveyard was recognized as a new genus after the holotype specimen CPV8175 was shown to have different anatomical traits compared to the contemporary Caiuá, going against a hypothesis that suggested that there were several different morphs of this taxon. Being known from a partial skeleton and a completely intact skull, Graveyard was named after the Na'vi name Pork for the great Leonopteryx in the 2009 film Avatar, and was also named after the paleontologist Milia Bandera, who first suggested the idea of there being more than one species of pterosaur in the graveyard site. Overall, this new flying reptile gives us a better look at what other kinds of pterosaurs were present in the Pterosaur Graveyard site, and expands the diversity of pterosaurs that have been found in the Goiás Formation thus far. Next on the news, we report on the latest status of the Jurassic European stegosaur Miragaia. Miragaia is a Dacentrurus stegosaurid from the Kimmeridgian Teuthonian rocks of the La Rainha Formation located in Portugal. First described in 2009, Miragaia longicolum became a rather popular stegosaur thanks to its bizarre neck vertebrae column, having the longest neck out of any stegosaur to date, counting 17 vertebrae. This new paper described a new stegosaurid specimen from Vieira del Arcebispo Formation in Spain. The new specimen, simply described as CT28 specimen, is known from a partial skeleton consisting of dorsal vertebrae, ribs, a femur, and a tibia. The specimen, according to the latest anatomical studies, has both autapomorphic and synapomorphic similarities to both Miragaia and its close relative, Dacentrurus armatus, one of the largest stegosaurs to have ever existed. Because of this, and considering the high amount of homogeneity and the absence of diagnostics of recognizing two Dacentrurus taxa, Miragaia longicolum is now considered to be a junior synonym of Dacentrurus armatus, therefore making it potentially invalid. As a result of this, late Jurassic Europe is now recognized for only having two stegosaurian taxa, those being the latter mentioned and Stegosaurus sthenops. In addition, the fairly new North American Acovosaurus from the Morrison Formation, which was suggested to be a new species of Miragaia in 2019, is now reassessed as its own separate genus again, invalidating Miragaia longspinus. In conclusion, the invalidation of Miragaia gives us a better understanding of Dacentrurus as a whole, providing more information of its anatomy, geography range, and interspecific variation. This makes it the most common plated dinosaur ever found in the ancient coastal environments of the late Jurassic Europe. Next up, we report a new genus and species of dromaeosaur from the Bajo de la Carpa Formation in Argentina, named Diuqin lechiguanae, named after the Mapudungun word for bird of prey, and the which from the 1975 Argentine film. It is a unenlagiine dromaeosaur known from a nearly complete left humerus and vertebrae fragments. Despite the lack of material, it was enough to diagnose a new genus and species, due to not only the fact that it was the first dromaeosaur to be described from the formation, but it also lived in an important time during the late Cretaceous, that being the Devonian stage. Based on the size of the material that's known, Diuqin fits an evolutionary gap that's missing in the fossil record of unenlagiines, not only showing us the new genus was in a transitional stage in their evolution, but also how these heron-like raptors grew to gargantuan sizes by the end of the late Cretaceous, like what's seen in Austroraptor, the last and the largest of its kind. Overall, Diuqin gives us a better understanding of unenlagiine evolution, and hopefully more material for this new genus can be found in the near future, so we can get a better look at its anatomy. Now, we report some groundbreaking information on the first ever insect preserved in amber dating to the Jurassic period, with the exception of two Triassic amber fossils preserving a mite and fly from that time. Most, if not all, amber fossils are preserved from the Cretaceous and throughout the Cenozoic. In between the Triassic and the Cretaceous periods, no amber fossils have been preserved and dated from the Jurassic period until now. A new paper was published preserving an intact new genus of cockid or scale insect named Janko asiacoccus. The fossilized amber was discovered in the Cambrian Age rocks in Ain Tori, a small village located in northern Lebanon. Associated plants have been discovered with the new scale insect, showing what kinds of plants existed in Lebanon during this time, and showing that its environment was a forested, temporary swamp. This new discovery not only shows us how long these little critters have been around, but this gives us a better look at what the Middle East was like during the late Jurassic, and hopefully more grand fossil findings like these will be made in this region in the near future. Last on our list of this month's news, we report yet another brand new genus and species of dinosaur, this time a ceratopsid. Discovered in the Campanian rocks of the Judith River Formation near the US-Canadian border in Montana, Lokiceratops rangiformis, named after the Norse deity and its quarry, not the Marvel character,
puny god,
is known from a partial skeleton that includes a nearly complete upper skull, which is the most defining material from this new genus. The top of its frill shows major signs of asymmetry with its horns, making the holotype one of a kind, especially considering how rare asymmetry is in the fossil genera. In addition, Lokiceratops is phylogenetically placed as a centrosaurian ceratopsid, being closely related to Albertoceratops and Medusaceratops. This phylogenetic placement has brought the rise of a new subgroup of centrosaurians named Albertoceratopsinae. In conclusion, this new genus and clade gives us a great understanding of the centrosaurian diversification and how they geographically spread, only to then be restricted into their own specific regions during the time of Laramidia, as the bull-horned Nasutoceratopsinae are present in the south, while Albertoceratopsinae is restricted to central Laramidia, and Centrosaurinae, along with the ancestral Pachyrhinosaurinae, are restricted to more northern regions. This also implies that endemism in non-avian dinosaurs overall is far more complex than we could have ever imagined, contrasting with the geographic ranges seen in extant mammalian megafauna. And with that, this has been Epoch News for the month of June. We hope you enjoyed learning about these brand new discoveries, and if you want to learn more about these publications and what will be announced next, check out the official Epoch Now website page dedicated to these new discoveries. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell to tune in to our next uploads. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you all in the next episode of Epoch News.